All right, welcome back to another episode of CONVOS with KEEGS. I'm here with, I don't think we officially met, man. Do you remember when we first met?
We met in the tailgate.
Yeah, that was weird because like that was my first time making videos in Buffalo, or at tailgates, I should say. And you were making them for a while, right?
Yeah, I started last year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Doing the tailgates. Weren't you doing videos before then, though?
A little bit, yeah. Off season and stuff. Instagram short videos and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, we met last year. We were kind of doing the same thing a little bit. You were handing out shots though, which was smart.
Yeah, that was the only time I handed out shots though, because adds up quick.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a fun video. I'm glad I did it. But do you remember you had your videographer, I had my videographer. Our mic wasn't plugged in to the camera. So all of that footage I got from that day, the audio was coming from the camera, not the mic.
Oh, that's
It
tough.
was fucking brutal, man. And I feel like it's kind of why I wanted to sit down and chat with you, because you're one of like the only creators in Buffalo that I know has been super consistent with shit. And what's like your secret to being so consistent? Because as you know, it's not fucking easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's other people doing it, but they're not consistent with it.
Yeah,
so that's the one. I'm a competitive person too.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's part of it, and the other thing is just kind of like drive. You know what I'm saying? Just motivation. Like I just want to fucking. I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough, isn't it?
It's tough. I mean, videographers, I've used probably 3 or 4 different videographers now, just in the tailgates.
Yeah.
For off-season videos, I've used like 3 different ones. So, Jesus. Yeah.
Isn't that the hardest thing, is trying to find a consistent photographer, videographer, whatever? It
is, yeah, especially with the shit that I'm doing. Like, I can swear on here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm doing crazy shit. I'm protesting Buffalo Wild Wings, and I get like 6 cops called on me. Like, yeah, no, a lot of people don't want to like film the shit that I'm doing. So
yeah, dude, I remember watching that Buffalo Wild Wing video. Like I think you posted it prior to last year, right? Because I remember once we met, I was like, oh, who is this guy? So I checked out your stuff. And I saw you. It was the one near the McKinley, right? McKinley Mall on that corner.
On Niagara Falls Boulevard.
Was that it?
That's the only one around here.
Then when did you film that? I swear, maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I've done 2 of them.
Well,
both at the same place, though. I don't remember.
Either way, I watched them, and dude... Like that bit that you were doing with the people like bitching at you is fucking hysterical. And I feel like you can't really understand that unless you're from Buffalo.
Right.
Just to know like what a joke that establishment is, honestly.
Yeah, it was funny though, because the one clip of it, the 2 old ladies came out and they're like, yeah, our dinner was horrible. And then they weren't even from Buffalo. And it like went viral on TikTok. It had like 2.5 million views or something.
Holy
shit. Fucking Bob Menery like DM me and wanted to like work with me because he got like let go from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, when he was doing the commercials or whatever.
Right, yeah. So he got let go and he's like, I want you to pass out Hooters gift cards in front of Bob. I was like, dude, there's no Hooters up here, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So what like got you into making videos? Was it all based around Buffalo stuff?
Yeah. So I mean, like I've always been kind of like entrepreneur. This is gonna be a long-winded answer.
No, it's all
I've
good.
always been kind of like entrepreneurial, like since I was a kid. I used to sell sneakers in like high school and college. Had a website for that. I built like an Instagram for that in 2012, I think, right when Instagram came out, and can't decide if I like 1 ear or 2 ears. But like senior year of college, I was like Bills started getting a little hot. You
Yeah.
know, I think 2017 was their first playoff run.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm going to sell merch. So I built Buffalo AF, and I tried selling merch. I sold like 2 shirts, and I had like all these shirts. And I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I was like, damn, I gotta get rid of these things. I was a broke college student, and I was driving like 2 hours to the tailgates every home game, just trying to get rid of the shirts. And I got rid of them, and then I came back to college, and I was like, I got to go back to the drawing board. So I just focused really hard on content, and I was just trying to build an audience. Attention is the asset.
Yeah.
And I just went really hard on content. I graduated in 2019 from college, and I started doing the wing reviews. I did over 60 wing reviews.
Holy shit.
Got a lot of hate on those too.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of hate. And then like during COVID, I stopped because I was getting a lot of I was giving bad reviews. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if you're making bad wings, I'm going to give you a bad review. But I like sat down and thought about it because I was getting like consistent like hate from people that are like not usually haters, you know?
Yeah.
And like I was like, damn, yeah, these restaurants are hurting right now. I probably shouldn't be fucking smashing them. So I stopped the wing reviews literally at 60. And then I just started focusing on the YouTube stuff.
Gotcha.
And TikTok and all that. But
so what are your top 5 wing or top 3 wings?
ooh, so I was doing like only like hot.
Okay.
Hot. I did medium for like half of them, and then I switched to hot. But just for those, 911 Tavern, I would say is number 1.
Wow.
But the last 4 I can't really put in order. I like Duff's, dude. People hate on Duff's because it's like generic and like whatever, but
Yeah.
the sauciness, like their sauce is good, their blue cheese is good. I like Duff's. Barbell has a good wing, but I got their hot. I didn't get their medium hot or whatever it was. And their hot was like too hot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a buffalo hot, it was like too hot. Gabriel's Gate wasn't bad. I don't know if it makes the top 5.
60s, that's a ton, dude.
Yeah, it's
making
making it hard. Doc Sullivan's is good. Doc Sullivan's is underrated, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of good wings, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about 60 different places in Buffalo. I could name like 10, maybe.
Yeah, so I was on vacation, and I would
Oh,
do a wing review. I was doing one a
gotcha.
week. Like I was
I
dropping
see,
one
I
a week
see.
on Instagram.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I mean, literally just Dave Portnoy style, and
Yeah.
everyone was calling me a Barstool wannabe, Barstool tool, all that shit.
Jesus. So how do you, I can imagine that like you've had your fair share of internet trolls.
Mm.
How do you deal with that? Because I'm just now starting to like see the very, very beginning of it.
It's a lot worse on TikTok, honestly, because I got a bigger audience there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've dealt with a lot worse in real life, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to troll back if I can. But most of the time, like I just leave it alone. I just ignore it. I don't know. I've had people trying to dox me on the internet, like
Jesus.
weird shit. Yeah, like weird for no reason because I'm hating on ranch. Like people try to dox me because I hate on ranch.
Jesus. Dude.
Stupid shit. I don't know. Like you get to I feel like you get to it does bother you a little bit, but like I feel like you get to a certain point where like you get so much of it, but you got to like look at the positives.
Yeah.
Like all the people liking the video, like
Yeah.
the negative's always going to be louder than the positive.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So
All my family is, or I should say half my family's from California, and they eat ranch with fucking everything, dude.
yeah.
And I lived in California for about a year and a half, and all of my friends and shit would eat their wings with ranch, and it would like make me want to throw up. And they don't even fry their wings; they smoke them first, and then they put them in the fryer to like warm them up. It's the most backward shit ever,
it's so
and
weird.
it's crazy. And they're like, "These are the best wings we've ever had." I'm like, "Oh my lord!" It's tough.
I had a TikTok like when I first started during COVID, I was just like drunk in my basement, like doing like, it was like 2 people, but 1 person, you know, it was just me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
talking to each other. And like, I was always using like the California, like, like reference, like,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's funny.
The people didn't like that one.
No, one of my other ones, most popular ones, I was like, if you dip your wings in ranch, you probably moan while you wipe. that was pretty popular one when I first got started.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about being like a stand-up comedian? Like actually?
Fuck no.
Really?
No, I'm horrible at public speaking. I'm horrible at speaking in general. Like just talking to strangers, like
Yeah.
out of my comfort zone. Like yeah.
That's interesting.
And I have a podcast.
And you have a podcast and you
Yeah.
do YouTube, and like that's actually really interesting because you probably do way more public speaking or like speaking to strangers than 99% of the people.
Yeah, but
there.
like I don't know, like school and shit. When I have PowerPoint to present, bro, I'm like shaking.
Yeah, no,
like,
I know what you mean.
Jitters
Yeah.
and like I'm like
Yeah.
I can't like spit out a full sentence, and it's bad. But I'm working on it.
Do you think it makes it easier having a podcast and doing videos? Because at least for me, like it was really tough in the beginning. But once I got a few under my belt, and then honestly, once I throw the headphones on and the camera's rolling, it's like a different world, if that makes sense.
Right. I feel like in front of the camera, I don't really mind. It's just like when there's a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's super interesting.
Liquor helps too.
Yeah. Cheers, brother.
Most of the time when I'm filming a video, I probably got something in my system. It's it's either beer or whiskey, but I don't do any drugs.
Yeah. I was watching some of your videos right before you got here just to kind of like gauge some questions and shit. And dude, I think it was so funny seeing like even my old videos when I was filming tailgates. Like Bills fans are fucking insane, dude.
I love it.
It's crazy. I watched I think it was the Steelers video you just did recently, and this one dude like could barely talk. Like he was slurring so much, and he was like, I'm actually a Browns fan.
Oh, that guy, yeah. Nick Chubb. Go Browns. Yeah.
What do you, like just describe Bills fans, because you probably have the best like what's the word? You're the most seasoned in that area because you interview them all.
It's tough to put them in a box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the real fans. Like I've walked through like the Bills lots and shit, and you can tell like who's from out of town and who lives there.
Yeah.
Like I've literally seen people sitting with blankets in a tailgate, like eating sushi. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I see people where it's snowing, like with their shirts off, like falling all over the ground and
Dude.
shit. I'm like, that guy's from Orchard Park, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's definitely hard to put them in a box. Crazy, I guess, is a good word, but
Degenerate, just fucking maniacs.
yeah.
So you're doing are you sponsored by Labatt again this year or no?
No.
How was that whole process? Like last year?
I don't know if I can talk about it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It ended early. Let's just put it
Really?
that way.
Okay.
Yeah. It ended early. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, I'll say this. They're running, they got some goofball with long hair. No offense to him. He's just doing his job, but they got him running around the tailgates now with the
I know
Labatt
what
suit
you're
on
talking.
with the,
Yeah.
and he's using the bottle with the mic on,
Yeah.
like I've been doing. Bro, come on. Come
I
on
know,
now.
dude.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I know exactly what you're talking about. Dude, Buffalo is such a small city, and like, I've definitely, I'm still new into the, I guess, Buffalo creator world. But there's not that many of us like really trying to do something, and obviously your platform is much greater than mine. And like, I can only think of a few others that are, getting to that point of like, it's hard to explain, but there's in LA, New York, there's their group of people, right? I feel like you and a few others, I won't name them, but you're kind of running like the Buffalo scene right now. Does that make sense?
I appreciate it. There's actually some really big like TikTok creators that are from Buffalo that you would never guess they're from Buffalo.
Really?
There are, and there's a lot, and there's even some that aren't currently living in Buffalo that are from Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And they moved somewhere because like LA, Miami, those are hubs for creators for them to collab and stuff like that. But there's a lot. Just Buffalo focused content though. Yeah, there's not a ton.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's groups of people.
And you're probably in the hub because you're mostly recording your podcast out of the Legacy House, correct?
Yeah.
So what is the Legacy House, I guess?
So Legacy House is owned by Adam Kellerman. He also owns the cellar.
Yeah.
It's an 11,000 square foot studio. They do, you name it, for content. And we were actually filming at their old studio before they even moved into that one.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. We had originally when we started BotchPod, it was like we were just traveling to guests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We would just bring all the equipment and just travel. And we only had like 10 episodes under our belt. And then we did an episode with Dion. We literally traveled to Florida to his house and did an episode with Dion.
Holy shit.
And after that, then we had Spencer Brown. And Spencer Brown just DM'd me right before. He's like, hey, you care if Tommy Doyle comes? He's just going to sit in the background, drink a couple of beers. I'm like, I don't care. And so then we had him the next week. We just hung out with him for a little while. And then he's like, yeah, I'll come on. Because I can't be on there too long because I'll probably say something that gets me in trouble. And so we had him on. And it was just like a kind of a snowball effect. And then we had Alec Anderson, who's a new rookie lineman for the Bills. And I don't know. So we were doing all that in their old studio, which was like a little tiny garage.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope, but it was like a little tiny garage. And now they have a ginormous studio. Like their psych wall is bigger than their old studio was.
Jesus Christ.
Crazy now.
I've seen the pictures of it and like it looks dope.
They just built like a podcast room.
Yeah.
Which we use when we can, and that's pretty dope too.
Yeah.
But
have you thought about like, well, I guess I should preface and ask, where do you see your brand kind of going in the next few years? And like, do you want to expand into, maybe retail, having your stuff in there, or just having your own studio space? I guess, yeah. What's your 2-year goal?
Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb to like plan that far ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to say it's dumb too, because everyone has goals. Like I set goals at the beginning of the year, and if I crush them, I crush them. If I don't, then I got something to work on. But like I could fucking drop dead tonight for all I know. You know what I mean? I could die on the way home tonight. I don't fucking know. I just wake up every morning and want to fucking crush it.
Yeah.
But ideally, Buffalo AF is like a hobby.
Mm-hmm. I
treat it like it's my baby. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a hobby. It's not like a real business. And I've worked with companies that are making $500,000 in a month, and they don't even consider it's a real business. So that's why I don't say it. That's why I say it's not a real business. It's not even close to a real business, even though it's all legal. Everything's taxed. Everything's legit. But it's
your side business.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby, and I work my ass off for it.
Yeah,
everything. So,
and I can definitely appreciate that because I understand how hard. Like, I understand how hard it is, and I don't get to have these conversations every day with kind of someone like yourself who understands the grind to it.
Yeah.
But it makes me appreciate what you do that much more from a business aspect. Like, I'm not just a fan of your content. I'm like a fan of how you conduct the business side of it, you know, especially with the consistency, because that's my biggest problem.
Yeah, I
It's,
appreciate it.
dude, it's so fucking hard. And
I give you props too, because you're uploading episodes for this like crazy. It's hard for me to get one episode a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I give you major props for that.
I appreciate it. It's a little bit easier because I only need myself. Like if I really want to, I can just do an episode with just me talking. Yours is definitely more, but that's the thing. Like I'm trying to get to the production quality of yours. You know, that's my goal. Because you have, is it just you and another co-host and then a guest?
And we have a sound guy.
And a sound guy, yeah. So that like, that's tough to get 4 people together every week.
Right.
You know.
It's hard. And then we have to check with the studio to make sure we have a space open too. So it's like, I've gotten every single guest besides one. And it's like, some of these guests aren't small. Like, like Rick Hyde, you know, Bills players, like shit like that. Like their schedules are tight.
Mm-hmm.
And they're never on time most of them. And it's like checking with the studio to make sure they're open, checking with my co-host Dan, make sure he's good for that time, trying to get a sound guy for that night. And then, you know, oh no, the guest has something going on for an hour at that time. Oh no, Dan has something going on for that. Yeah, it's a mess every week, and it's hectic, but it's fun. I don't see the podcast like making me fucking rich or anything. Like it's more about, to me, it's more about like networking and meeting people, and just it forces you to sit down and talk to people.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And learn about a person and just do that. That's why I enjoy it, even though I hate talking. Like,
no, I agree. That's the exact reason why I enjoy it too. It's something that I don't think I'll ever go away from. Like, I could see myself, and like I could see you doing this too. Anybody who podcasts, I think, can relate that you can do it forever. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. You know, really, it's just about picking up a mic and doing it. You know, that's the hardest part. But it doesn't take the knowledge of, you know, audio engineering or videography. Like you just need some lights, camera, mic. You could do it for 20 years and meet thousands of people and have conversations that you'd never ever have any other way than by doing a podcast. You know, I think that if more people did podcasts, it would definitely. It's already a saturated market, but just the access to that many different conversations and that many different perspectives is good for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely saturated, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I like people are still killing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, but it's harder than people think.
Yeah, that's true. That is
harder
true
than people think. And the other thing is, like, you either have to. I feel like you either have to be like a comedian, super motivational, or you have to have amazing guests.
Yes,
like all the time to like actually 100%. Crush it, like numbers wise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like Dan, my co-host. He's always trying to, like, he's just all about like the numbers. Like he wants to get more views. He wants to like get better TikTok clips and like stuff like that. And I'm just like I do too. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to crush it, but at the same time, like, where's this podcast really going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like networking is more valuable than
100%
getting 1 million views. Like we've had TikTok clips from BotchBot get 800K on TikTok, and like,
damn,
you know, we did one with Joe Kroom, and one of his stories got a few 100,000 on Instagram and like stuff like that. But like, it's more valuable to like sit down and force yourself to talk to someone for an hour, because a lot of these people I know, or I've talked to, or I've sent them, you know, merch or like whatever, but it's more valuable to actually meet them in person and have a genuine conversation.
100%. Do you, like, when you were first starting out, Did you ever have to go through the stage where, like, any clips you posted or anything weren't getting the amount of views or likes that you think it deserved? Not even deserved, but for example, this is definitely probably a problem that I have, and it's difficult because I'm trying to run Only Cowboys account, the podcast account, and my personal account, all somehow conjoining together, but on Instagram and TikTok. So that's 6 different accounts I'm trying to run. And my company account on TikTok, like, this has happened for months. No matter how many things I post, different style clips, different style merch videos, no matter what it is, it's only getting like 1 or 2 views. But if I post the same video on my personal, it gets like a few hundred. And I don't know, that's not that many, but...
You're saying just on TikTok?
Just on TikTok. It's strange. It's super strange. But did you ever have to go through that in like the beginning stages of Buffalo AF where you weren't getting much?
I run like 30 different social media accounts across the board. Yeah.
Bro, no fucking way.
Yeah.
How?
But it's a little under 30.
How? Are they all on one phone?
I don't sleep much. No. I have 2 phones. I have an iPad, and I have like Hootsuite I use. You can use like different accounts and schedule posting and stuff like that. Yeah.
Bro. 30 fucking...
That's my main income. I manage social media.
Really?
People, yeah. For companies.
Okay.
People like influencers, athletes, stuff like that. Yeah.
So is that like your full-time job?
Yeah.
And then Buffalo AF's the side?
Yeah. Buffalo AF is fun.
Damn, dude. 30 fucking accounts.
It's a little under 30
shit.
total. I don't even know the number because it's like Facebook. You know, you got Facebook, you got Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter
Dude, so
much.
do I.
I hate it. But certain accounts kill it on Twitter, so it is what it is. I think certain people kill it on Twitter more than accounts. Like, I suck at it, so I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and we're starting to implement Rumble into the mix now. So
that's interesting.
YouTube, everything, yeah.
Have you thought about going on to Rumble?
So Buffalo AF has an account. One of the people I run social media for, we made an account, but we don't use it.
Yeah. Just
to have the handle. Yeah. No, I'm definitely thinking about it. It's different. Still trying to figure it out, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah. I have watched videos on Rumble, but I haven't uploaded anything, you know?
Yeah. I did the same thing. I just got, I made the account so I had the handle, but I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't understand exactly its place in the world yet.
From what I've gotten, it's a mixture of YouTube and Twitch. It's more YouTube than it is Twitch. They're definitely trying to compete with YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I think they want more like exclusivity. Like, is that the right word?
Yeah.
They don't want you to post like the same content type of thing. So
gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know if I can really put like the same, like I want to just upload all the same videos. I don't know. I don't even know if I can.
Gotcha.
I'm probably going to anyway, see if they just take it down or whatever, but
yeah. That's interesting. And do you know about the YouTube program starting in this January? So 2 months, like with YouTube Shorts and the Creator Fund and all that stuff?
I mean, I know about the Creator Fund and Shorts and everything. What's the new program?
I was just, well, from what I heard, they, do you watch any podcasts like outside of, or that's a stupid question. Like, do you watch any podcasts on YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you watch, what's it called? The Full Send one?
Yep.
Did you see that clip with Mr. Beast talking about the YouTube fund and how it's going to be implemented?
Yeah, I watched that whole episode. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
So from what I know, not going to quote it exactly, but Mr. Beast was essentially explaining how the YouTube